So today we start new topic, power of I, that is power of iota. So see, first we can write I equals to I raised to the power 1. Then we know that the value of I, which is square root of minus 1, if we take square on both sides, so we get in LHS as I square, in RHS square and square root get cancel, so we get I square equals to minus 1. Then we find the value of I cube. So this I cube can be written as I square into I. We substitute this I square as minus 1. So after substituting I square as minus 1, I as it is, that means we can write I cube as minus 1 into I, which is minus I. So we write I raised to the power 1 as I raised to the power 2 as minus 1, I raised to the power 3 as minus I. Then I raised to the power 4 can be written as I square into I square. So the value of I square is minus 1, so we replace value of I square as minus 1, this value of I square as minus 1. So minus minus get plus 1, so we get I raised to the power 4 as 1. Then I raised to the power 5 can be written as I raised to the power 4 into I. So we replace this I raised to the power 4 by 1. So we get here I raised to the power 5 as 1 into I, which is I. So in this way, I raised to the power 1 means I square means minus 1, I raised to the power 3 means minus I raised to the power 4 means 1, and I raised to the power 5 equals to I. That means we can calculate the power of I using the previous value. So see here, I raised to the power 6 can be written as I raised to the power 4 into I raised to the power 2. I raised to the power 4 is 1, I square is minus 1. So we replace both the value. I raised to the power 4 by 1, I square by minus 1. So here after calculating 1 into minus 1 we get minus 1. So I raised to the power 6 is minus 1. Here I raised to the power 7 can be written as I raised to the power 4 into I raised to the power 3. So again we substitute the value of I raised to the power 4 as 1, I cube as minus I. So we get here 1 into minus I, which is minus I. I raised to the power 8 can be written as I raised to the power 4 into I raised to the power 4. So we replace the value of I raised to the power 4 and I raised to the power 4 by 1, 1. So we get here I raised to the power 8 as 1. Then I raised to the power 9 can be written as I raised to the power 4 into I raised to the power 4 into I raised to the power 1. So here I raised to the power 4 we replace by 1, I raised to the power 4 we replace by 1 and keep I as it is. So we get I raised to the power 9 equals to I. That means this is possible for only those values up to we can split up. Then what about I raised to the power 100, I raised to the power 999? Then for that we have to use next concept. So before we see how to write this in short form, first we write that values in one order. I square as minus 1, I cube as minus I raised to the power 4 as 1. So if you observe I minus 1 minus I 1, then this value again repeats. After I raised to the power 4, I raised to the power 5 is I raised to the power 6 is minus 1, I raised to the power 7 is minus I raised to the power 8 is 1. That means this order repeats. I raised to the power 9 is I. So see the order I minus 1 minus I 1. Then again I minus 1 minus I 1. Then again I minus 1 minus I 1. In this way we get the next value. but this is convenient to remember up to some particular value. So for next value we consider here quotient remainder theorem. So what is quotient remainder theorem? So we see here first. If we divide this number n by 4, that means here 4 is divisor, n is dividend, m is quotient and r is remainder. So we can write this n as 4 into m plus r. So we call this as quotient remainder form, which you already studied in class 10 or maybe in class 9. So see here what is quotient remainder form, why we have to use this for calculating the power of I. See here, let us consider I raised to the power n, where n is a positive integer and n greater than 4. Because up to power 4 we can easily remember the value. I raised to the power 1 means I square means minus 1, I cube means minus I, and I raised to the power 4 means 1. So then what about next power? So for that we try to convert that given power in the multiple of 4. So see here, we divide n by 4 and obtain the remainder r. Let m be the quotient, then we write n equals to 4m plus r. This is called quotient remainder form, where 0 less or equals to r, strictly less than 4. That means this remainder must be less than 4, because if it is greater than 4, then we have to again reduce that into quotient remainder form. So we have to calculate this up to we get the value of r which is less than 4. Then n equals to 4m plus r, where 0 less or equals to r, strictly less than 4. Therefore, so this power n we split up in the form of 4m plus r. So see here, I raised to the power n equals to this n we replace by 4m plus r. So we use here one formula. If base is same, we add the power. If power is in addition form, we can separate the base. So we use here, if base is same, we can add their power. If power in the form of addition, we can separate their base. So we separate this 4m and r. So we write here I raised to the power 4m into I raised to the power r. Again we know the rule, if power of a power given, then we can write that power in multiplication form. So see here, if a raised to the power m, its power n is given, then we can multiply this power. So we can write a raised to the power m, its power n as a raised to the power m into n. When base is same, we add their power. When power of one term and its again power is given, then we can multiply that power and keep the base same. So we use the same for this first term. We write this I raised to the power 4m as I raised to the power 4 or raised to the power m. So I raised to the power 4 can be replaced by 1. So we replace this I raised to the power 4 by 1 and keep I raised to the power r as it is. So 1 into I raised to the power r, if we multiply by 1 to any term, we get that term. So we get I raised to the power r. That means value of I raised to the power n is same as I raised to the power r. Here r is the remainder. So we consider here a figure. With the help of that we can calculate the next values. If you observe the arrows which are in anti-clockwise direction, First we consider anti-clockwise direction. For positive power, see here first, I raised to the power 1 equals to I. So here I raised to the power 1 equals to I. So here power is 1. So we go to next level, I raised to the power 2. So here I raised to the power 2 equals to minus 1. We go to next value, I raised to the power 3. We increase the power by 1. So we come to the value I raised to the power 3 equals to minus 1. Then we again increase that power by 1. So we get I raised to the power 4, which is equals to 1. So in this way we can calculate the next power, that is I raised to the power 5, and which we already discussed. This value repeats. So I raised to the power 5 equals to I. Then we come to the value I raised to the power 6. Then this I raised to the power 6 equals to minus 1. Then we come to the next value I raised to the power 7. Then I raised to the power 6, I raised to the power 7 equals to minus I. Then we go to the next value, that is I raised to the power 8. So in this way we can increase the power by 1. Then here we get I raised to the power 9 as 1, I raised to the power 10 as minus 1, and so on. So in this way, if we go in anti-clockwise direction, we get the value of positive power. Then what about negative power? So see here, I raised to the power minus 1, I raised to the power minus 1, which is minus I. So we go in clockwise direction. So I raised to the power minus 1 is minus I raised to the power minus 2 is minus 1. Then I raised to the power minus 3 is I. Then I raised to the power minus 4 is 1. Similarly, if we repeat, I raised to the power minus 5 is minus I raised to the power minus 6 is minus 1, I raised to the power minus 7 is I. So in this way you can calculate the value easily using this figure. See one example, I raised to the power 15. Here power is greater than 8. So you can solve this problem in two ways. This 15 can be written as I raised to the power 4 into I raised to the power 4 into I raised to the power 4 into I raised to the power 3. Or you can solve by using the quotient remainder form. So we first divide this 15 by 4. We using this formula, I raised to the power n can be written as I raised to the power 4m plus r. So I raised to the power 4m can be written as I raised to the power 4m into I raised to the power r. So I raised to the power 4 raised to the power m, that is 1 into I raised to the power r equals to I raised to the power r. So this is first problem. So we write here what we have already done here. So see here, finding the value of I raised to the power n means finding the value of I raised to the power r. So first we find the quotient remainder form, that is we find the remainder from that. So first we divide this 15 by 4. So we get 4 3s are 12. So here after subtracting this 12 we get 3. This remainder r is 3 and this value of r is less than 4. So we write this in quotient remainder form, 15 as 4 into 3 plus 3. So we write this as I raised to the power 4 into 3 into I raised to the power 3, then I raised to the power 4 raised to the power 3 into I raised to the power 3. So I raised to the power 4 is 1, 1 raised to the power any number is 1. So we get I raised to the power 3 and value of I raised to the power 3 is minus I. So you can directly write here I raised to the power 15 equals to I raised to the power 3 by this discussion. So we can find I raised to the power 15 equals to minus I by using the quotient remainder form. So you can write I raised to the power 3 as minus I from this chart. Now see some more example. Now here we directly write that values. I raised to the power 50. So we know that 12 4s are 48. We get remainder 2. So we write I raised to the power 4 raised to the power 12. So I raised to the power 4 is 1. 1 raised to the power 12, that is 1. So 1 into I square, we write I square. And value of I square is minus 1. So we get I raised to the power 50 as minus 1. Then second example, I raised to the power 318. So we first divide this 318 by 4. So we divide that and we get I raised to the power 4 raised to the power 79 and remainder is 2. So we write I raised to the power 2. So I square is minus 1. So we write I raised to the power 318 as minus 1. Again I raised to the power 999. So we again use quotient remainder form. If we divide this 999 by 4, we get quotient as 249. So we write I raised to the power 4 raised to the power 249 and remainder 3. So again I raised to the power 4 is 1. 1 raised to the power 249 is 1. So I cube we write as minus I. So in this way we can find the value of power I, and if power is greater than 4, so by using quotient remainder form we can easily find the value of any power. So for your convenience you can remember this. I raised to the power 4n equals to 1. I raised to the power 4n plus 1 as I raised to the power 4n plus 2 equals to minus 1, and I raised to the power 4n plus 3 equals to minus I. Here n belongs to z. That means when we replace this n by 0, so we get I raised to the power 0. Any number raised to the power 0 is 1. When we replace this n by 0, so I raised to the power 0 plus 1, that means I raised to the power 1. That means I raised to the power 1 is I. When we replace here n by 0, we get I raised to the power 0 plus 2, that is 2. So I square is minus 1. Here if we replace n by 0, we get I raised to the power 0 plus 3, that is I cube. So I cube is minus I. So you can remember any one of the formula from this. You can find any value from that.